No, I've not fixed it. I was going to sort that intro out, wasn't I? It ends a bit abruptly, and I forgot. Hey up, it's Steve from that old Yorkshire Geek, and welcome to part 21. Crikey, part 21 of my thoughts on every episode of classic Star Trek. So from the original series up to Enterprise, not the new stuff. And we're up to season 3 of Star Trek Voyager, which is cool. But before we start, don't forget to like, where is it, down there, like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're already a subscriber. If you're already a subscriber for more than a day, you can join in the live chat, or wherever it is, and all that stuff. Explore the description for links for stuff like merch, and me books, they're underneath stuff, Amazon Kindle and paperback. What else? And other things as well. Me websites, me channels, blah blah blah, all that stuff. Become a member and you get early access videos and exclusive videos and all that stuff. Live action. Didn't no, I did the animated series. I'm sure I did. I think I did. Anyway, what else? Members. Super chats and super thanks would be greatly appreciated. Right, so we're on to season 3 of Star Trek Voyager. If you remember last time, we ended on a cliffhanger in The Basics Part 1, where they were left on, I've forgotten the name of the planet, Hanon 4, something like that. Does it say? It doesn't say there, never mind. I think it's Hanon 4, where they were left when the Kazon took over Voyager and buggered off. Wingrace says, did you? I don't remember that. I'm sure I did. I'm going to have to check back now. I'm sure I did the animated series. Let's go to my channel, to Rumty-Tome, and just, it'll be in my playlists. Now then, where are we? View full playlist. Scroll down. There we go. Yes, part 4 was the animated series. There it is. Look, I'll show you. I'm not lying. I'll drag this over here. There we go. So that's me. Hang on. Go full screen. Go full screen. Well, I forgot to share I forgot to set up myself to share my screens because I'm an idiot. Because I'm an Egypt. There we go. That's me doing the animated series with the same hat and t-shirt on. Obviously, but it were a long time ago. It were episode 4. We're on episode 21. Anywho, there we go. So yes, I did do the animated series. I was probably there. Yes, you probably were. Let's go check the chat for it. If the chat pops up for it, will it? Why is the chat not popping up? Don't know. The live chat should be there. Why isn't it there? It should be, or maybe I don't know. Whatever. There, live chat replay. There we go. Let's have a look. What you down there for? Yes, you were there. You were there. So was Josh Temple and others. So there we go. Right. Where were we? The Basics Part 1. They were left on the planet. I think it was Hanon 4. Turns out there's cavemen and deadly worm-like creatures that they're going to deal with, and all that's left now is Tom Paris had left the ship. He's gone off with some Talaxians or whatever. I think it's Talaxians, and the only people left on the ship are the Doctor, obviously, and Ensign Suda. Remember him, the Betazoid who might not be telepathic like other Betazoids. Him that were a killer, like a serial killer sort of thing, wasn't he? But Tuvok cured him. Right, so we're going to go through it. So right, I will do another share screen. Now then, where are we? That one. Right, we'll see if this works. So off we go. Add to stage. Is it going to work? There. Oh, yeah, whatever. It'll do. Just bear with me. I think I pressed the wrong button. There we go, we'll have that. Right. So, off we go. Is it going to come on? Yes, it'll do a previously. By the way, this is from... I do have the DVDs and stuff, but obviously these are from ripped DVDs, so the quality is not great. And it's not on Netflix anymore, but it's on Paramount Plus, obviously, or Amazon. I watch it through Amazon. But the quality is still rubbish. I wish they'd do remasters of them, but or at least upscales. And why? We learned that she says Chakotay, Seska, by the way, says Chakotay has got a son, and that's what drew him to the stuff. Right, so here we go. We're getting through the previously on, and there they are, left marooned for all eternity on a planet. Off they go. Right, so we begin. They've got to make life. I'm not going to go through all the episode. I do this every time, don't I? I start going through all the episode, and I can't, can I? Because I'll be here all bloody night. There's 26 episodes to get through season 3. Anyway, so then we have the credits. So the Doctor is being all subterfuge, along with Lon Suda. They're trying to not retake the ship, but help others. I think Tom Paris gets in touch with him. So they're going to try and retake the ship from the Kazon. Meanwhile, our crew are trying to survive on this planet. They make friends with the cave people. If it shows them, is it going to show them? There's Lon Suda, by the way. He's forced to kill somebody and he didn't like it. There we go. There's the caveman. Obviously, the good guys win the retake. Lon Suda gives his life in the retaking of Voyager. The Kazon are driven out. I think this is the last. Is this the last time we see the Kazon? Because I think this now is supposedly we're moving on from Kazon space. So this might be the last time we see him. I can't remember. We'll see, won't we? They retake the ship. Talaxians and Tom Paris retake Voyager. Drive away the Kazon. Seska is killed. And we learn that her baby is not Chakotay's, it's Marge Culler's. He takes the baby and buggers off. And then Voyager comes back. Is that what he's looking at? Hark! What goeth there in yonder distance? I don't know. Is it Voyager coming back? Is that what they're looking at? Come on, show us then. It's not showing us, is it? Oh, yes, it must be. But skipping over it for some reason. Why is it skipping over it? There it is. There's Voyager coming back for him. Oh, by the way, it's a volcanic planet. Anyway, we come back to Hannon 4 right at the end of the series, season, whatever, which is cool. In one of my favourite episodes that don't make a huge amount of sense, but never mind. Now we see Seska's dead, which is a shame. I like Seska, but she pops up near the end of the season as well. But anyway, everything's lovely. The Kazon are done with. We're moving on deeper into the well, not deeper, shallower. I don't know. They're heading back towards the Alpha Quadrant, aren't they? So they're heading into the shallower parts, maybe. I don't know, of the Delta Quadrant. So there we go. That's the end of that one. A good episode, by the way. Basics Part 2. It's a shame that Lon Suda had to die. I'd like to see more of him, but he was like stuck in his quarters. They didn't really know what to do with him, and so they just thought, let's kill him. And they didn't like that they killed Seska as well, but anyway. But she still pops up now and again. Because it's science fiction and nobody really dies, although she's really dead, but never mind. Right, moving on. How do I go to the next one? I don't know. Is there a button to press? I don't know. I'm going to have to faff. There we go. Whatever. There could be a... I'm trying to be all snazzy and I don't know what buttons to press. Just bear with me. Next, what's next? Navigate. Page down is next. Right, where's my page down key? There we go. Next. Cool. Is it? Maybe. There we go. Right. What's the next episode? I can't remember them, by the way. I started watching these way before Christmas this season, and I've slowly been getting through it. So a lot of these episodes I'll have forgotten about. And I've seen them like multiple times, but I'm an old fart and I forget stuff. Anyway, this is an unforgettable episode. Episode 2 is Flashback. It's is it the 25th or 30th anniversary? I can't remember. It's the anniversary episode, isn't it? This is the one with the Excelsior. Because we learned that Tuvok served on the Excelsior during the time of Star Trek 6. So anyway, so here we go. What's it got stupid subtitles on for? Just hide subtitles. We don't need them, do we? Unless it's got English subtitles, has it? Subtitle track. No. Stupid subtitles. Unbelievable. We learn that Tuvok becomes infected with some sort of virus or something that makes him remember something that never happened. It's like the memories from wherever this virus had been or something. But he starts remembering back to when you were on... not when you were on the Excelsior. He starts remembering back to a childhood thing where somebody died, a kid died, fell down a chasm, and he says, I don't remember that happening, I don't understand why. Anyway, it's causing him problems. So they decide to do a mind meld. He's going to mind meld with Janeway. Here we go. And so she's going to go into his mind and remember the things with him. And then suddenly they're on the Excelsior, which is cool. So we see George Takei. And let's go back again. There we go. He's going to come on now. We're going to see George Takei. There he is. Yay! Captain Sulu of the Excelsior. NCC 2000. Cool. During the events of Star Trek 6, when Praxis exploded and all that stuff, and then the rescue of Captain Kirk and Dr. McCoy from Rue Repente and all that, that's what all this is about. And there we see Grace Lee Whitney as Commander Rand, yeah, and Tuvok were I think a young ensign. I think it was an ensign. I think it was Ensign Tuvok back then. This was his first Starfleet career when he was a young man, and he left after this. He left Starfleet for a while and then came back, which is why he's only a lieutenant in Voyager, which is like 80 years earlier, over 80 years earlier. Anyway, so she wondered, why are we here? So obviously it's got some importance, but anyway. So they're doing all this. So why is it taking us there? Don't know. It's kind of a confusing episode, really, to be honest. But it's good to see the stuff happening on the Excelsior, the cool Excelsior bridge, and all that stuff. Hey, there's the Excelsior, and obviously they sort it all out and they get rid of the virus or whatever it was. Points. That's the virus there, or something, or it's another brain wave that's the virus has created, or whatever. And so they managed to sort it out. And but I forgot his name now. Beltane, is that his name? Is it Yuri Beltane? Something like that. We saw him in Star Trek 6. Crewman on the an officer on the Excelsior. That uniform doesn't fit her very well, does it? Anyway, he dies in this, but he didn't die in Star Trek 6, did he? So is this because it's Tuvok's memory? Maybe he's remembering it wrong, or maybe it's the virus, whatever. But anyway, he dies in this, but he didn't die in Star Trek 6. Or maybe he didn't die in this. We saw that he was severely injured, but I'm sure he was dead. He looked dead anyway. Anyway, they sort him out and cure him, and everything's hunky-dory. And she does reminisce. Whenever they talk about the original series, the 24th century Starfleet officers always say, oh, I'd love to have been back then. They were quicker on the phaser and all that stuff. And, they've been drummed out of Starfleet in this day and age. But, we'd have loved to have lived back then, because there's all nostalgia. But anyway, cool episode, one of the best of the season, one of the best of all of Voyager, in my opinion. This flashback, I really like that episode. And yes, Kang's in it as well. Yes, we see him somewhere. Hang on, see if we can find it. See you somewhere, isn't it? They have a battle with the Klingons in the nebula. That's it. There's a nebula that sparks his memories, isn't it? Because they encounter a similar one. There he is. Michael Ansara as Kang, with his lumps. Should he have had them then? Yes, Klingons had lumps then, didn't they? Yes. By the time they've got them then, haven't they? Anywho, So yes, that's flashback. Great episode. Right, moving on. This next episode where Janeway's hair is different to the rest of the season. We will find out. Won't we? There's one episode where her hair is different to the rest of the season. Next one, it's The Shoot. Don't like this one because it's a prison one. I don't like prison episodes. But the Akrotiri prison. In Akrotiri like an ancient civilization? I'm sure it is. Is it like Crete or somewhere like that? Or an ancient city on Crete was called Akrotiri. I'm sure it was. Anyway, that's by the by. That's the name of they're in this prison. There they are. Can't remember what for. To be honest, I can't remember what happens in this. But yeah. It reminds me of the episode of Stargate where they get sent to that prison. The Stargate only goes to that, to that place where they're sent, and General Hammond's got to bargain for their freedom and all that. It's where they find that woman that's the destroyer of worlds. It kind of reminds me of that episode of Stargate. Anyway, so I can't really remember what happens, but I don't like the episode very much. I'm sure it's fine, but I can't remember what happens in it. But they get them out, obviously. But I can't remember how. It's that long since I've watched it. I.e., it's over a week. Well, it's probably a couple of months since I watched it. I genuinely can't remember what happens. But obviously they get them out. And whatever. Moving on. I don't like prison episodes. I don't like episodes where they're on a planet and they don't remember who they are, because we get some of them, don't we, in every science fiction thing. It's a well-trodden trope. Moving on. Next episode. Which is the next one? The Swarm. A good one is this one. Another one I like. Another one of my favourites, The Swarm. There's a shuttlecraft, look. There it is, look. This is where they're going through a region of space, but I can't remember if it's given a name. Is it? Can't remember. But they're warned not to cross into this space for whatever reason. But it's vast. It's vast is this space. So to go around would take them ages. So they find a narrow point of this alien space that they can go through at warp, and they think they'll sneak through undetected. And I think it's one of these areas of space where people go in and they're never seen again, etc. The Doctor's obviously... is this where he's doing his opera? I think it is, isn't it? He's always bloody opera singing, isn't he? Yes, with the diva. It's always... What is it with Robert Picardo and bloody opera? Must be written into his contract. Anywho, so they go through this space, but they are detected, and a swarm of ships comes after them. We're going to show it. Yes, by the way, the Doctor's program is starting to malfunction. He's basically filling up too much of his hard drives or whatever. So they're bringing the diagnostic... holographic diagnostic tool, which is in the form of Louis Zimmerman, the creator of the EMH, and so they've got to find a way to save the Doctor, because he's starting to lose his memory and all that, because he's used up all his space basically doing his stupid bloody opera singing and going around shagging Vidians and stuff like that. That's what he's up to, and it's causing problems. So to suss that out, they basically graft the diagnostic tool and all the space that would have taken up in the computer onto the Doctor's matrix, and Kez explains it all in a really ham-fisted... It kind of annoys me when she says it. It's in this... It might be in this bit actually, but I don't know. But she says, sometimes in medicine we graft tissue onto other things and all that, and wouldn't that work with the Doctor's matrices? I thought, shut up, woman, you don't know what you're talking about. But it works, anyway. So she does. And then the Doctor never malfunctions again. What happens when he fills up and he carries on with this silly bloody opera singing and all that, and fills up the diagnostic tool space? Who knows? But anyway, while they're sorting this out, they've got to deal with these ships. There they are. There's the swarm, and they all clamp on to the to Voyager. I don't know if there's people in the ships. I don't think there is. I think they're all automatic. I don't know. It don't really tell us. They all clamp on and start draining energy off Voyager. So I think to make them detach, they basically do what I think essentially do what they did in Next Generation with that space whale thing that clamps onto the Enterprise D. They sour the milk, they change the energy frequency or something, and it makes them detach. Hang on, where is it? Where? Yes, there are aliens in, because there's one there. Look, here it comes. Look, there we go. Taking out him. Anyway, they sort him out, and there we go. They make him. They're firing the phasers at them that way, in a certain frequency, and that makes them detach. So there we go. So Voyager gets through their space, and we never hear from him again, unfortunately. But I like that episode, the Swarm. There they are fixing the Doctor and his hunky dory. But they said it might reset his memory. He might not remember stuff, but it starts coming back to him. When he comes back, he says, "I don't know who you are," and all that. But then he starts singing his bloody opera again. So we know he's okay. But the Swarm, good episode. I like that one. Next. What's next? I don't know. Got Voyager in it. I've got to bring up my episode list. False Prophets, another one that's not great. It's kind of fun, but I'm not a huge fan of it. It's the Ferengi. Remember the two Ferengi in TNG that went through the Barzan wormhole into the Delta Quadrant? It's about them. Voyager comes across them. They've ended up on the planet. They've taken a less advanced planet, and they've taken over this planet. So they've got to there they are. The two Klingons, two Ferengi. They've taken over this planet and turned it into, they're just getting all the wealth that they can, but they want to get back to. I think they find another. I think there's another wormhole. I think, but it's unstable. But they're going to try and get back with that or something. I can't really remember because I don't like this episode very much. Obviously, Voyager foils them, and all that stuff. And whatever next. I'm not a fan of that episode, False Prophets. And there's an episode later on. I can't remember which one it is. It might be when we get to it. I forgot what do you call it now. The one where Harry Kim has been changed, and the people. Is it the same worm? Oh, Wingray says it's the same wormhole. Is it the same? The one that leads. Supposed to lead back to the Alpha Quadrant, but doesn't. It's untethered or something, isn't it? This reminds me of an episode that might have been in Star Trek Phase 2, and there's another one later on in the series that reminds me. I'm thinking it's like either an early TNG episode or one that's been rewritten from a Star Trek Phase 2 episode. I forgot what they call it now. The one where Harry Kim... Favourite Son, that episode. I think it's not Favourite Son. Hang on. I've got a bloody list here. I can look it up, can't I? Where are we? Oh, yeah, Favourite Son. Yeah, it is that one. Anyway, whatever. We're talking about False Prophets, which is poo. But never mind. Moving on to the next episode, which I probably can't remember. Oh, pause. Where were we? The Shoot. Another one. Oh, no, I've done that one. Sorry. False Prophets. Remember, B'Elanna experiences vivid dreams which at first glance transforms from a forbidden love affair to an increasingly dangerous path leading to an alleged cover-up concerning a planet-wide genocide. I have no memory of this whatsoever. I'm sure it'll remind me. Let's have a look. I can't remember. Which one is it? They've got some aliens on Voyager with mad hair or some sort of hair net. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. It's obviously the psychic. I can't bloody remember this episode. I vaguely remember them, but I genuinely can't remember what happens in it. So it's obviously crap. It's obviously crap. Yeah, she's somebody probably dies. I don't know. You know what? I don't care. I genuinely can't. I've got a vague memory of it, but I can't remember what happens in it. Obviously, I remember bits of it, but I honestly can't remember. So it didn't stick with me. It's a crap episode. I'm sure Wingre's going to say it's his favourite of the season of all of Voyager, but I can't remember. But so there, we'll move on. I read the description of Wikipedia. That'll have to do with you because I genuinely can't remember. Next. That's how good it was. Meanwhile, Voyager's over the Ocampa planet. They use this loads of times. All it's missing is the energy thing, from the array. But it's definitely the Ocampa planet, isn't it? Anyway, what's this one? Sacred Ground. Kez is another one that's probably I'd definitely skip, but this one was directed by Robert Duncan McNeil. Kez is... Oh, I forgot to check the... There's one episode where she's got different hair, isn't there? And I didn't check. I'm going to have to go back now, aren't I? I pressed the wrong button. I'm stupid. Oops, press the wrong button again. No, never mind. Is it this one where Janeway's got... This is False Prophets we've gone back to. Come on, Janeway, where are you? Oh, no, she's got a long hair on that one. Let's go to the one previous. Which is this one. Come on, Janeway, where... Oh, no, she's got a long hair there. Which episode is this one now? That's the Swarm. The Shoot is before this. Well, she's got a long hair there. There's one of them where she's got short hair. Maybe it's flashback. No, because she's got a long hair with that one. It must be coming up at some point. There's one episode where she's got short hair. And hair like from from season 4 onwards, I think. That she had it. Not this long hair that she has tied up. I can't bloody remember which one it is. No, she's got a long hair there as well. It must be coming up. Right, anyway, let's go forward again. If I can remember. That's False Prophets, obviously. That's that one. And so this is the one we're on. Right. Which one is this? I forgot already. Sacred Ground. Kez is left comatose after contacting an energy field around a rock, forcing Janeway to embark on a spiritual quest to find a cure. Oh, yes, I remember this one. It's like the third time they do this story, she remembers a hidden atrocity. Right, fair enough. That's it. Can't remember. I remember this one, though. Yes, Kez gets hurt. There she is. And Janeway's got to go through this ritual. It's not amazing, but, it's okay. It's okay. There you go. She goes into this... it's kind of... They remind me of the Bajorans a little bit, these people. Because they've got this, like, spirituality to them. And she's got to go through this ritual to find a cure for Kez. And she comes across these... They're like... avatars sort of thing of something or other. And... that she's got to ask questions of. Anyway, eventually she does it and she saves Kez and all that, and it's fair enough. Not the best episode, but there we go. Yeah, fine. Kez is okay. Next, is this Future's End? Is it? It is Future's End Part 1. No, that's because of that. This is a good two-parter. I do like this one. This is the where they encounter the time ship of Captain Braxton, who he says Voyager's caused a disaster that destroys Earth's solar system or something like that. So he's comes back to destroy Voyager, and obviously they don't let it. But it starts off where we see... Hang on, where are we? This is before digital de-aging. This is supposed to be 1969 or something. It does say, there we go, 1967, sorry. Earth High Sierras, 1967. Hey, and we see a young, you can tell by his arms how young he is, with a tattoo there. I forgot the name of the actor. Who stars in this? I forgot his name now. We'll have to look it up. I forgot his name. Ed Begley Jr., that's the fella. Ed Begley Jr. from Battlestar Galactica. A young Ed Begley Jr., 30 years younger than we see him later on. Because look how young he is. Because he's a hippie. And then he sees a UFO, basically. Here it is. Any second now. Is he going to show it? For God's sake. Anyway, it does. This is like a UFO crash to Earth. So, and then we cut to the 24th century. And Voyager encounters a time ship. There he is with Captain Braxton. Where the hell is he? There he is. Who has several foot. I think he has at least one face transplant or head transplant. So we see him again in other episodes. It's played by a different actor. But anyway, was going to destroy Voyager because they cause a huge disaster, a temporal disaster. So Jamie says, no, I don't think so. So they end up travelling back in time to Earth in 1997 or whenever it's supposed to be set. In the late 21st century, they go back to Los Angeles. They've got to find a way to get back to their time. So it's basically Star Trek 6, except they're not looking for whales or nuclear vessels. Oh my, it's got Sarah Silverman in it as well, who is, I must admit, it's kind of hot, I must admit. But we see that Ed Begley Jr., I can't remember the name of his character, I don't care either, is now the head of a big company. It's basically Bill Gates. Bill Gates is Ed Begley Jr. Because of the technology found in the UFO. It turned out the UFO that crashed was Captain Braxton's time ship. So he's stolen it and he's back engineered, reverse engineering the technology. So he's become a billionaire and is doing that. Captain Braxton has run off and become a hobo. So anyway, and he's a baddie. Even though he was kind of a hippie, he's turned into a baddie, and he wants to do future stuff. Wingrace says he's Elon Musk. He even names more company, Chrono Works with a giant X. Yes. All right, he's Elon Musk. Now that Elon Musk owns Twitter, names his company. Anyway, whatever, he's a billionaire. Watch out for that cannon. Right, so they've got to sort this out, and they've got to find out where the time ship is, and it turns out it's in his building. It's in Ed Begley Jr.'s building. Obviously, he's got a phaser. Look, he sends one of his goons out to get the Voyager crew. So they have phaser fights and stuff. Oh, there he is. Look, where is it? There he is meeting. I am not a crook. Richard Nixon. It's just like Forrest Gump, isn't it? Anyway. So it's a two-parter. So it ends with, there's going to be a big disaster or whatever. Oh, I see. They tune into the news reports and see Voyager, for Pete's sake, flying over the city. There we go. Because something had happened. He'd done something at Ed Begley Jr. I can't remember the name of his character. So they couldn't beam him out. So Harry Kimmel, in command of Voyager, still an ensign, had to take Voyager into the atmosphere so they could beam him up. But somebody filmed it. So anyway, so then we go on to part 2, which is, when it comes on. There we go. I've just pressed something. I don't know. Anyway, never mind. So she's going to help him because she's a goodie. Kind of hot, I must admit she is. But anyway. So they're going to go up against him. This is where the Doctor gets his mobile emitter. Mobile emitter. Mobile, whatever. We're going mobile. There, he's kidnapped the Doctor using his 29th century, is it 29th? Whatever, century technology that he's stolen. Wingrace says it was going to be a 3-parter, that's why the Chakotay and B'Elanna plot goes nowhere. Oh, right, yeah, because that would over and done with quite quickly, wasn't it? Where they ended up with some preppers or whatever you call them, white supremacists maybe. They end up with them, don't they, in this episode? Um, Anyway, so he gets his mobile emitter, and there we go, they do all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. There we go, they end up with some white supremacists. Chakotay and B'Elanna, they think they're FBI or government goons, even though, he's got all tattoos and she's got a lumpy forehead. But anyway, whatever, they sort it out, and I think he gets killed. He's going to travel. He thinks he's, what's his face? He thinks he's from TNG, Matt Frewer's character. I can't remember his name. Win Grace will know. He thinks he's him. He's going to go to the future and get more technology and bring it back, change history and all that stuff for his own benefit. But he dies in the process. There we go. He's doing the stuff there, and then I know. Yeah, it don't work and he dies. But then there we go. Captain Braxton reappears. They've reset it all. That's the fella, Berlinghoff Rasmussen. Anyone remember? And everything's lovely and everything's sorted out. Yeah, nobody knows any better except them. So they're saying, hang on, if this never happened, how come we can remember it? Dunno. So there we go. So that's flashback parts 1 and 2. A fun couple of episodes. And we see how the Doctor gets his mobile emitter. Doctor's going mobile. Anyway, so there we go. Cool. Next up. Neelix's pulling a funny face. Which is this one? Warlord. Oh, this is a Kez one, is this one. It's not bad. It reminds me a bit of... I can never remember the name. The TNG one where Deanna and Chief O'Brien and somebody else, is it Data? Might be. Get taken over by them spirits from that planet that pretended to be officers from the Exeter or something like that. Kind of reminds me of that a bit. Anyway, is this where we see... Is this the first time we see Neelix's holodeck thing? Like, yeah, this like Hawaiian themed holodeck. I don't know. We see it a few times in this season. I have no idea why. They've done away with Sandrines and now they're going to this Hawaiian themed place, this tropical island. Yes, of course, Riker was broken. Power play, yes, that was the name of it. Yes, Riker broke his something. He broke something, didn't he? So that because they were in pain, they couldn't go in him. Anyway, that's in the past. Right, so right, what happens here? Dolly birds and all that stuff. Because Rick Berman, etc. Obviously, Harry will never cop off with any of them. Anyway, right, so here we go. They find a ship. There we go, a ship. The ship that attacked the Enterprise D in Unification. Remember that? That's that ship, isn't it? That they destroyed. I thought they didn't have to, reuse ships anymore by the time Voyager came on, because they did a lot of CG, didn't they? Anyway, they have done here. They rescue some people. One of them dies. Here he's dying, but he puts his essence, so to speak, his mind into Kez, and it turns out he's like he used to be the warlord on this planet, and he's been ousted, and now he's found a way. Don't tell us how. He's found a way to transfer his mind into other people, even of different species. But anyway, they like putting weird hair things in this season, don't they? Different aliens. So Kez goes through this transformation, and there we go. She starts acting all tough. So they go back, and they've got to go back down to take over the planet. Look where he's from, and but Kez is still in there, and she fights back, and they beat him, blah blah blah, and there we go. goes, she fights him in her mind. That's what he looks like, and then it's all sorted out, and Kez is back to normal, and she grows her hair really quick this season. See, she's got short hair here, and by the end of the season, she's got really long hair, long flowing locks. But anyway, I keep forgetting to check Janeway's hair. Oh, was that season 2? It might be season 2, might it? I can't remember. Anyway, I'm sure it's this season. Let's check and make sure. Janeway, where are you? No, she's got a long hair there, and she's Janeway. Where is it? There, no. I forgot to check the previous episode. Anyway, I'm an idiot. So there we go. That's Warlock. It's not bad. It's not bad. But, it's Kez. Who cares about Kez? Not the producers that got rid of her, didn't they, in the next season? But poor Jennifer Lien, she kind of went off the rails, didn't she? Season 2 had an episode from the wrong season in it. It might be that I'm thinking of then. It might be that. Because there was an episode where she had short hair, wasn't there? It might be that I'm thinking of. Anyway. But it was at the beginning of the season. But anyway, whatever. Next up. What's next? Oh, what happened then? I don't know. Right. Which is this? What was that one? Warlord. Right, the Q and the Greys next. I'm not a big fan of this one. I usually like Q episodes. Excuse me. But I'm not a huge fan of this one. I don't hate it or anything like that, but I'm not a huge fan. It's the one they're seeing supernovas go off. Well, they're watching a supernova, and then it turns out there's another one close by. They said, hang on, there's only supposed to be a supernova every 100 years in the galaxy. Why are we getting another one? And it turns out it's Q. There he is. He's come. He wants to mate with Janeway. I can't blame him. I've got the hots for Kate Mulgrew back then. There we go. But he wants to mate with her for whatever reason. But because of Quinn, remember Quinn from the episode, was it Death Wish? I think it was Death Wish, wasn't it? Something like that. We'll leave it paused as that. John Delancey as Q. The Q that wanted to die, and they allowed him, he committed suicide, didn't he? That's caused ructions in the continuum. Basically, a civil war's broken out, and that's why there's supernovas happening, because they're godlike beings, and when they argue, when godlike beings argue, you get thunder and lightning and stuff like Olympus. So this is, in our universe, it's supernovas going off, which is a bit weird. But anyway, back on that stupid bloody tropical bar thing. But obviously she rebuffs him, but then the lovely Susie Plaxon comes on. By the way, he's trying to woo her with puppies. The lovely Susie Plaxon, who's another Q, appears. Turns out she's Q's wife or whatever, or mate or partner, I don't know, but she appears, and she does the joke. What are you doing with that dog? And says, I wasn't talking about the puppy or something like that. She's calling Janeway a dog, but she's not. I like her anyway. Anyway, so Q takes Janeway into the continuum, which has become the American Civil War era. I think he says, "Oh, I've done it in the way that your mind can understand." The previous time they went to the Q Continuum, it was like a desert highway with a diner or whatever on it. Not a diner, but like a gas station or something. But now it's the Civil War. But anyway, it turns out she's lost her powers or something. She can't help. She's stuck on Voyager, is the other Q. But she knows stuff. She knows how they can get in to save Janeway. Q gets injured because they're in the continuum, so he can get hurt. And but he still wants. Q wants to. Q thinks he can fix the continuum by having a baby Q. And but anyway, Voyager crew helped by Susie Plax and Q get into the continuum using a supernova or something, and it don't really go into it. And they're going dressed obviously as Civil War people. I'm sure they all had great fun filming this. But they go in and rescue them and sort it all out. They fix it, and Q decide to have a baby, and then we cut to the ugly baby scene there. They all go back to normal, and she goes into a ready room, and Q's there with an ugly baby, and she goes, he's adorable, and I'm looking at him thinking, no, that baby is not adorable. Anyway, so they've had a baby, there we go, and so he's going to become a dad, and we see the more grown-up version later on, don't we? Played by John DeLand. Look, adorable. It's like bloody Alfred Hitchcock. Anyway, that baby off, not baby, I forgot the name, Kuato, something like that, off Total Recall. Start the reactor, free Mars, looks like that bloody thing. Anyway, I'm sure he'll be all grown up now. I'm sure he's a fine fellow. Anyway, so there we go. That's the Q and the Grey. It's okay. I'm not a big fan, but whatever. John Delancey is cool. Next. I don't mind this episode, but I can't remember which one it is. That's it. This is the one with the macrovirus. But these aliens do my head in. It's the way they talk. They've got to do all these gestures when they talk. And all that. And obviously Neelix knows all about them. So, and if you don't do it right, they get insulted and all that stuff. But that's by the by. Voyager. So they're heading back to Voyager. Oh, now they decide which shuttles to take. Because they've got that snazzy shuttles and these old... Type C, can't remember, shuttles, and I think I want one of the snazzier ones. But anyway, why have they got a runabout? They've at least one runabout on Voyager, wouldn't you? But they haven't. I forgot what I was saying now. Oh, yes, they're going back to Voyager. Voyager's not there, so they scan for it and they'll see that it's adrift. And it turns out there's big giant viruses on it. Looks like somebody bagged one of Ripley's bad guys here. Janeway goes all Rambo to sort it out. Here we go, the Janeway suiting up scene. She goes all Rambo. And to deal with these macroviruses that we haven't seen yet. We have, but it's not showing us them as a skip. For a bizarre reason. They're big, massive. They're a virus, but they're huge. But for some reason, it's not landing on one. It's gonna shoot one here. One's gonna appear here any second now. Honest, I'm not lying. See, everybody's ill because of these viruses. Look, they're implanting these things in them. Look, and she's got to find a way to fix. Here comes one. There, I saw it there. Hang on, there it is. There it is. It's a bit of CG. She shoots it, blows it up. Anyway, obviously it finds a cure. There we go. The doctor sorts it out, finds a cure. There's another mining colony where this virus came from, and them aliens come back with all that, giving it all that. I can't remember what they're called. And it said they have purged the mining colony. So if they killed everybody on that mining colony, I think that's what it means. And they're going to destroy Voyager to stop the viral outbreak. But there he is, look. He says, no, I can cure it. So he says, okay, I'll give you time. So she cures it and everything's sorted. And cool, there we go. So that's that one. It's fine, it's fine. And it's a Janeway-centric episode, so she does some action and it's cool. So there we go. Because you know what I'm like. I've got the hots for Janeway. And she still had the long hair. Right, what's next? Fair trade. Which is this one? Oh, yes, this is that one. This is where Neelix feels he's useless. They arrive at a space station. We see Neelix is wanting to do other things on the ship. Always the cook, and I think is it this episode? Is it another episode, an earlier one, where he's like an ambassador for Voyager, but he's not telling anybody. But he's reaching the extent of his knowledge, because obviously he doesn't know everywhere in the Delta Quadrant, and now they've got to a place. They've got to a place called the Necrit Expanse, which they never really expound on what's in the Necrit Expanse, but it seems like a danger. I think of the Delphic Expanse or something like that. It's like a super dangerous place, but it isn't really. But anyway, but Neelix doesn't know what's beyond it. He's trying to get a map of it to help Voyager, and he comes across a friend on the space station called Wixiban. I do like Talaxian names. I do like X's in stuff. And he gets embroiled in some shenanigans with Wixiban. There he is. There's Wixiban. There he is. He gets embroiled in some shenanigans to get this map. To get this map, they've got to do this, that, and the other. Turns out the people get killed and all that, and some Voyager crew get blamed for it, and so he's got to eventually own up, and all that stuff. But obviously everything gets sorted out in the long run, and they catch some bad guys and stuff. And Wixiban, he's got a ship, but it was impounded. He couldn't afford to get it back, so he gets it back and he buggers off. And Neelix owns up that he did wrong. He's saying he felt it was not going to be any use to Janeway from now on. By the way, I think the episode Warlord, or the episode where Neelix and Kez break up, because while she was like possessed by this alien, she broke up with him, and she stayed broken up with him. So she must have really wanted to break up with him. But anyway, so Neelix and Kez are not an item anymore. And he feels useless now, and she basically tells him, we're all in the same boat. We don't know what's ahead. You're going to be, you're staying on board. We still need you. You're staying on board. You're a valued member of the crew, but we've got to punish you because you did bad. So you're going to be scrubbing out plasma injectors or whatever. And so he's happy. He's not going to get booted off the ship. So there we go. It's okay. I don't mind it. It's fine. Next. Fair trade, that one. This one, what's this one? Cool shot of Voyager. What's next? Alter Ego. Which one's this one? The crew enjoys a luau on the holodeck, and Tuvok discovers an unusual hologram. Which is this one? This was directed by Robert Picardo. A hologram. Is this the one with that woman that's a bit like Minuet on the holodeck? Is that this one? Let's see. Tuvok's doing his... I nearly said Kal Norim, but I think that's what... that's that meditation that Teal'c does, isn't it? Yeah, he's playing that. Yes, love triangle with real fake hollow lady. Yes. Calto, that's it. Kal Norim. He's doing his Calto. Yes, he's in love. Harry's in love with a holodeck character. Yes, and it turns out this holodeck character is like an avatar of a woman that's on the space station in the Necrit Expanse. But she's very alluring. There she is. She does look familiar, but I don't know who plays her. Who plays her? Let's have a look. Alter Ego. Sandra Nelson. I have no idea what she's been. She's been in The Wolf of Wall Street, The Young and the Restless. Don't know. An American former actress. She mustn't be acting anymore. But anyway, Marina, she's called. Yeah, and obviously Harry's madly in love with her. He can't concentrate on his work because he's madly in love with her and all that stuff. So he asks Tuvok for help, see if he can, purge. He wants purging of emotions. But anyway, yeah. So, but anyway, Tuvok ends up kind of falling for her charms as well, sort of. But it turns out she ends up holding the Voyager crew hostage because she's on a space station somewhere in the Necro Expanse, and Tuvok gonna beam over there. There he is, beams over. She's there by herself. There you go. There's a nebula or something that does these discharges to keep it. She's controlling these eruptions in this nebula so her people can enjoy its beauty or something. I don't know. And that's what she's there for. So she's not trapped there. She's not a prisoner. She's just bored, basically. And she wants Tuvok to stay with her. There she is. And I presume it's the same actress, just in makeup. I'm not sure. But anyway. But Tuvok says, no, I'm a Vulcan. I have no emotions. But she's in love with him. And he says, no, I'm going to go. And she says, okay. And that's it. Not a great episode, to be honest. Harry falls out with Tuvok, by the way, because he thinks he stole his girl. Anyway, but they play Calto instead. Whatever. It's probably one I'd skip, to be honest. Not a lot happens in it, but it does have Ensign Vorik. We see Ensign Vorik a few times this season. And he's got an amazing voice. I love Ensign Vorik's voice, but very relaxing. Anyway, next. Not that we saw him then. Ooh. Sorry, I've reached my step target. I haven't been anywhere today. It's got to wave my arms about doing these things. What's next? What was that one? Alter Ego. Coda. Janeway appears to be trapped in a time loop with different events, but all ending in her death. I watched this the other day and I've actually forgotten what happens in it. It's another time loop. It's like, cause and effect and all that in it. I can't remember what happens in it. But she keeps dying. Oh, that's it. Yes, this is that one with her dad in it, isn't it? That's an alien. Or is it the devil? I don't know. But yeah, she keeps dying. There we go. We see. Whenever she dies, it resets. And she realises hang on, we've done this before. It's like cause and effect, getting clues. Yeah, it's not a real time loop. It's all happening in her head or whatever. She's on this planet, injured, but in her head she keeps dying and it's resetting. And it turns out her dad appears. Here he comes. There he is. Admiral Janeway. Her dad, Daddy, and I'm ready for you to come over to the other side with us. And it turns out he's an alien that feeds on, I don't know, the life force of a dying person or something. I think he's supposed to be like the devil. It's a very Brandon Braga episode, but I don't think he wrote it. What are we on, Coda? No, he didn't. No, Jerry Taylor wrote it. But it's one of them darkish episodes that's very Brandon Braga. But I'm sure he had input. But obviously she won't go with him. She's saying, no, this is not right. It's not happening. There's something wrong. You're not my dad. And he says, oh, I will feast on you for all eternity, etc. And it turns out it all happened in a few minutes. And the doctor saves it and all that, and everything's lovely. And it's a decent episode, to be completely honest. It's a decent episode. But he says, will we come across that alien again? No, we won't. Are they just in that area of space? Or does it happen every time somebody's about to die? Are they everywhere? If it has Vorik, it's Cherry Taylor. Is that the rule? I have no idea. Is Vorik in this one? I can't remember. It probably is, isn't it? Vorik's in the next one. Yeah. So Coda's okay. I do like that one because it's kind of got kind of a religious overtones. Oh, is that her son? All right, I didn't know. In real life, I had no idea. I had no idea. Let's have a look. I don't believe you. Alexander Enberg. Enberg is the son, oh yes, of television screenwriter producer Jerry Taylor and sportscaster Dick Enberg. There we go. See, I didn't know. Cool. I'm sure he got his job, on the back of him being a good actor. And he is. I like Vorik. I think he's cool. And I liked him as, Torik in the Lower Decks. Anyway. Where were we? Oh, right, next. Speaking of Vorik, he's in this next one. And we're going to see him. There's a planet, look. Any second now. They're over this planet. There we go. There's Vorik. I've just got to listen to his voice. It's a really relaxing voice. Right deep and, rich voice, I think he's got. Anyway, he wants to he's coming to his Ponfar. Remember, Vulcans, every 7 years of their adult lives, they go through Ponfar, which essentially, hang on, he's also Sorik in your star. Is cool. All these identical Vulcans about, just with, there's like a Yorick who holds a skull in his hand, and others, Korik. Anywho, I forgot what I was saying now. Oh, right, Ponfar, yes. Every 7 years of their adult lives, go through Ponfar, and they're supposed to go back to Vulcan and mate. They're like salmon. Got back to where they were spawned to mate. And fight to the death in the Kunut Caliphate, maybe. With cool music going and do all that stuff. But anyway, he's decided, because he's going through Pomfar, he's decided he wants to take Belana as his mate, and she obviously rebuffs him. But it's all a very personal thing. He doesn't want to talk about it, and Tuvok don't want to talk about it either. And but they've got to find a way around it. But when he wanted Belana to be his mate, he did that on her face. He grabbed hold of her, and obviously, because they're telepathic, out the Vulcans, he's like implanted some of his Ponfar into Belana. So now she starts kind of going through a Klingon blood fever sort of thing. So she starts getting sexually aggressive with Tom Paris. Because in this season, Belana and Tom start getting closer together. I don't think they're an item yet. I don't know when that comes. That might be season 4. I'm not sure. But they seem to be getting more friendly and going on, not on dates, but going holodeck programs together and stuff like that, and becoming friendly, having dinner and stuff like that. But not in a romantic way. But it is going to happen down the line. But anyway, they've got to go for some, I don't know, some unobtainium or whatever. Does it say what they're going for? I can't remember. Is it Gallicite or something? I can't remember. It doesn't say. Never mind. I'll have a read. Rumty-Tum punches him. Yes, Gallicite. Blimey. I remembered something. Crikey. Because there's others that they're looking for in this season as well. There's another beginning with V, I think. Valladium as well, I don't know. But they go down to this abandoned mine for some Gallicite. But they've got to go mountaineering, much like Picard and Beverly and Worf. Yeah, Worf did in Chain of Command. But they're doing. I don't know. I don't think they can beam down because it's too far or whatever. But here they are doing that. But she's getting kind of aggressive and saying, "Oh, do this," and we're nearly there, and and all. But she bites Tom. There, so he's on his face. And there goes, she's bitten him. Which means she wants to do it with him. Anyway. But they come across people down there. They thought there were nobody there. They thought the planet were abandoned. It turns out, no, there's the mud people living there. Again, with weird things. This thing about putting weird things in the head in this season. But they're still there. So they hold them captive for a bit, but they're not for long. And the Doctor tries to cure Vorik's Ponfar by sending him to the holodeck to shag an attractive young Vulcan woman. And Vorik says, "Oh yeah, that worked," but it turns out it didn't. And he does something to Voyager, beams down. Oh, by the way, Tom's gonna help her through her blood fever. So they're gonna get down and dirty. But Vorik faffs with Voyager and beams down and says, she's my mate. So he wants to fight Tom for Bilan. But she says, no, I'll fight for myself, because, woke. So they're going to fight. And they don't even play the I don't think they do anyway. I don't think they play the don't play that. Let's have a listen. No. Rubbish. But so they fight, and it works. They get it all out of their system, and everything's back to normal until another 7 years. How many Vulcans is on Voyager, by the way? Is there just Vorik and Tuvok? Must be. Yeah. So anyway, yes. Also, they find a Borg body, because the mud people that they found in the mine said that they'd retreated there because the planet was attacked by an unknown alien race, and it turns out it was the Borg. So that's his first inkling that the Borg are approaching. Anyway, they make friends with them, and they give them some Galasite. So there we go. It's okay. It's okay, an episode. I didn't mind it. Moving on. What's next? Unity. Speaking of the Borg, didn't take them long to thought, we'll do another Borg. We've mentioned them at the end of that episode. We'll just carry on with that motif. Pardon me. Right, so they get in this shuttle. I can't even remember who's in this shuttle. Oh, yes, a red shirt. Though, the gold shirts out there in Berman era. And Chakotay. They pick up like a distress signal or whatever from a planet. So they go to check it out. But they get attacked. Here they go. They end up on this planet. They get attacked by these people. She obviously dies. He gets hurt. But they get rescued by some people. And here we go. They get rescued by some people. Here she is. Riley. Is it Riley Fraser? Something like that. Who's a human? What's she doing here? Anyway, turns out there's like two factions. There's them that are nice, and there's some others that aren't nice that keep attacking them. And she wants help so that they can defend themselves from these baddies. But they don't want to leave. They don't want rescuing. They want to stay there. But they don't know why. She's being all coy. Anyway. Meanwhile, on Voyager, they find a Borg cube that's broken. You can tell because it's on an angle. It's on a Dutch angle. So they go aboard, and they see that all the Borg are deactivated on it. And he has a wander round. They heal his injuries. Turns out they're Borg on this planet as well, or ex-Borg. There we go. He spies about, and we see people with limbs missing and stuff. And then he sees Riley, and they're doing something with her brain, and there he goes, turns around. And says, I thought you were alright, but turns out you're a Borg. We're all ex-Borg. So they're from that cube that were damaged somehow. What it species 8472? I don't know, it doesn't tell us, I don't think. But anyway, they've all got their individuality back. And they want their help, but they want them to react. By the way, they've found a Borg on the cube and brought it back for analysis on Voyager. They're going to use their Borgy stuff. Yes, or it could be the Icheb virus, or Icheb, whatever the hell is pronounced, isn't it? Icheb. Or that, yeah, I don't know. Because that's coming up as well, isn't it? But I'm not sure when. Species 8472's first, isn't it? Anyway, I think Echeb is further away, isn't it? Further on their journey. But anyway, whatever. Chakotay's still hurt, by the way. He passed out, and turns out they're going to use their Borg implants to save him. Not with nano probes, like Seven of Nine always does. But they're going to just stick something on his neck, and he'll be part of the collective for a bit, because being in the collective cures things. So that's what they're going to do, but in a good way, so he can hear their thoughts and all that stuff. There we go, and sees their memories. Look. Of being kids and that planet, which I don't know which one it is, and there we go, Klingons and shots from Deep Space Nine and I think that's Voyager, isn't it? I think maybe, and blue bells. Oh, they call them blue bonnets. Is that what you call them over there? Blue bonnets. We call them blue bells. Yeah. Anyway, so it gets sorted. They take the thing off. Anyway, so he goes to Janeway. There we go. The Voyager arrives and says, "Look, we just need your help. We need to do something on that Borg cube to reactivate our connections with each other, and then the others will stop attacking us. They'll become our friends. We'll have his own collective, but we won't be connected to the rest of the Borg collective." And Janeway says, "No, I'm not going to help you." So she says, "Okay, fair enough." But little does everybody know, because he's been part of the collective, they can take over his mind and control him. So he goes to the cube. I think he phases Balan. He goes to the cube, activates the communications node or whatever that allows the good Borg on that planet to communicate with the bad Borg, bring them into their collective. So anyway, and then the cube explodes. There we go. It blows up. Look, boom. And then they get a thank you from the other Borg. We never hear from them again. The Borg on that ship, they get a thank you, Voyager, in the Borg voice, but not being you will be assimilated, but thank you, have our thanks. See ya. By the way, Chakotay's fine. We don't need him anymore. And that's that. There we go. So Chakotay feels like an idiot, but what can you do? It's a decent episode. It's fine, but like I say, it's a portent of more to come. More Borg stuff to come. Unity, decent episode. Didn't mind it. Next up, oh look, they're over. Just a different coloured version of Ocampa. What's next? Darkling. Oh, this is the one where the Doctor goes evil. This is basically Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, this one, isn't it? There we go. They're at this planet. They're like traders, the inhabitants of this planet that kind of look like Bajorans, look with his ridged nose, but slightly different. Anyway, so Kez has a friendship with that fella. This is a trader. This fella here, he runs this bar. Is a bit like Quark, it seems, into shady dealings. Well, this is a nice fella, but he wants Kez to go with him, and she nearly does, because remember, she's not with Neelix anymore. She's not wasting any time, which I suppose she can't, because she hasn't got long to live, has she? But anyway, so that's that. Meanwhile, in the bloody silly tropical bloody standing set that they've got, the Doctor's exploring other personalities from history, like Lord Byron and Gandhi, and all that. And he decides he's going to incorporate these different personalities into his matrix. Never learns, does it? But anyway, and it seems like the bad parts start to take over. But oh my, they're looking at T'Pau and somebody else. I don't know. I can't remember. Aristotle as well. I don't bloody know. Anyway, so that's what he's trying to incorporate all this philosophical stuff and different characteristics from different people into his subroutines. Then we have the credits. But it all goes wrong, and there we go. He's trying some out on Belana, who's hurt, and she says, "You've gone a bit wrong, Doctor." And he says, "Oh, I've been faffing with myself." She says, "Well, we'll sort it out later." But something goes wrong, and he becomes evil and starts killing people, or trying to kill people. He appears as a hooded figure, but we don't know it's him yet. Because I think he's jealous of Kez, is the Doctor. Here he comes, look. A hooded figure watching. I think that's the Doctor. Anywho, he gets hurt, does that chap. He gets thrown off a cliff. Here he goes. Is it this bit? The hooded figure attacks him and chucks him off a cliff. There we go. But he doesn't die. He just gets a bit hurt. Turns out that's the Doctor being Mr. Hyde. And you can tell when he's being Mr. Hyde because he gets a bit of 5 o'clock shadow and I don't know, weird eyes. Something happened. They've done something with his eyes. He wears some weird contacts. But there we go. Here we go. There you go. He's taken his formula and now he's going to turn into evil Doctor. Look, now he's got a bit of 5 o'clock shadow. His hair's a little bit mussed up. You can tell he's wicked now. So he wants to escape now. He's going to escape. He's going to take Belana hostage or whatever, and yeah. And it were him that hurt the. It was with mobile emitter. Him that hurt that other fella. Obviously they sort him out. I can't remember how, but they do. They just purge them other personalities from his subroutines, and he's back to normal. If a bit embarrassed about it all. But there we go. Yeah, whatever. A forgettable episode. It's like they thought we're stuck for something to do. What we've got these episodes to fill in. What can we do? I don't know. Have we done Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? No, right. We'll do that then. It can be the Doctor. Right. Next. Oh, look, an asteroid. Which is this one? This is Rise. This is with the orbital tether, isn't it? This one. This planet is being bombarded by asteroids. And Voyager's trying to help them by destroying them and stuff. But they don't know where they're coming from. It turns out that these asteroids, they must be from the Arachnid Zone, from Starship Troopers. Another race is using them as missiles and stuff, because they're going to invade this colony that these people have been living on. So they're going to go down in the shuttlecraft. Here we go. Neelix and Tuvok and this fella, who turns out to be a baddie. It crashes, and they're going to find some people on the surface of the planet, and they say, "But how can't contact Voyager because of the disturbances in the atmosphere from the asteroid impacts and stuff." But they find that there's just happens to be there an orbital tether, if it shows us when it looks round. They're there already. There we go. It showed it then. There we go. An orbital tether. So they're going to go up that and then contact Voyager, presumably from the top. So that's why it's called Rise, because they're going to take the elevator up. They find some other people that will end up helping them. One of them goes a bit crazy, obviously. Neelix kind of knows a little bit about this sort of stuff, which is why he's there. But then we learn that this fella's the bad guy, and he's been working with the other aliens for reasons unknown. But anyway, Voyager's going to get attacked by this other ship. Here it is, run by these chaps. And they're attacking Voyager. Voyager can't do anything to them. But luckily, one of the other guys on the tether, if he's going to show him, where are we? Whatever. One of the other guys on the tether just happened to have information about that ship in particular, or whatever. Just happened to run into him in this where this tether is. And so they get that just in time. Meanwhile, Tuvok ended up outside the tether to fix something, and he gets back in and saves the day. The bad guy gets thrown out, and they get back to Voyager just in time to use the information about the other ship to make them go away. So there we go. And that's about it, really. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Again, one that I probably wouldn't watch over and over again, but if it were on, I'd probably just carry on watching it. I don't think it'd be one I'd skip. But I won't be like, "Oh, this is a favourite of mine." Next. What we up to? I've just done Rise. Oh, this is this one. Favourite son. It's a Harry Kim one. Harry is drawn to a planet that is nearly all women. Let's say it's a season 1 TNG episode in it, or a Star Trek Phase 2 episode. Harry just feels like he's getting deja vu. That's what they're saying. Oh, you've got deja vu, Harry. And they get attacked. Well, a ship appears any minute. There we go. And Harry says, "They're gonna open fire." And he takes control of the weapons and blows that ship up thusly. Which kind of looks, I don't know, does that look Cardassian? Have the kit bashed a Cardassian shuttle or something? Or I don't know, does it look like a Romulan shuttle that they've just spray painted with a Cardassian paint? I don't know, but it looks familiar, doesn't it? It's as though they've taken the model of something and just faffed with it. Anyway, so, Harry's in trouble now. He's in bother, is Harry. And he doesn't know why he knew all this stuff. But, anyway, so he wakes up, he has a dream about his mother and all that, and having, I don't know, some pox, like chicken pox or something. But he wakes up with these marks on him as though he's becoming some weird trill or something. And Doctor says, "Oh, your DNA's changed a bit." If I went to the doctor and the doctor says, "Your DNA's changed," I'd be like, "What?" But he's like, "Oh, that's weird." Anyway. So then they go to this planet and they say, "Oh, look, Harry's come home." With her, who looks really familiar. I'm sure I've seen her in Star Trek before. Let's have a look. I can't remember the name of her character, so it don't matter. But this episode features Kristanna Loken, who you may know as Blood Rain, or most famously as the TX in Terminator 3. She's in this a little bit. I don't know. Might be Deborah May. No, might not be. No, it's not her. Hang on, let's have a look. On Rum-ti-tum-ti-tum. There they are. Lyris. Who plays Lyris? Oh, Deborah May, yes, it is. What have I seen her in? It looks familiar. Streets of San Francisco. Deep Space Nine. She was in Deep Space Nine. Who did she play in Deep Space Nine? Was she in that episode with all them from the Gamma Quadrant? Did she play the leader of them? Probably not. Let's have a look and see if it tells us. I'm on IMDb now. Deep Space Nine. Hanique. Who are Hanique? What, the Scree? Is it the Scree I'm thinking of? Right, hang on then. I've got to type that in now, haven't I? Just bear with me while I just look. Windgrace is telling me probably. They originally thought about this being real and having him actually be an alien for real. And oh right, cool. And the lawyer from we've seen that. Better Call Saul. Where are we? Hanique. Deep Space Nine. Yes, it is a. Yes, I thought it was. From the Screan female. Ah, right. So all right, it is her. Remember, like that matriarchal society from the Gamma Quadrant. I think they were fleeing the Dominion, weren't they? But it's one of the early mentions of the Dominion, wasn't it? With them, they had that weird skin, that weird mottled skin. Looked a little bit like. Well, they didn't, but slightly reminiscent of them off Enterprise. Was never forgotten. Anyway, whatever. So Harry's come. They say Harry's come home. They said that's the way they procreate or something. Males leave their world and sow their seed on other planets, and then a bit like Vulcans in Ponfar, when they reach a certain age, they get an instinct to come home. And oh no, the man lawyer. Oh right. You're confusing me now. Also, Michael McKean from the Fear episode. Yes, Michael McKean was in Better Call Saul, wasn't he? Yes. He played Saul's brother, didn't he? Yes, Michael McKean was in that. That were in early. We've done that one, though, haven't we? We've done that Fear episode. All them people in stasis, weren't them? They're having them dreams, and you were like the nightmare, wasn't he, sort of thing. Better Call Saul actually owes its actors to this show because someone who worked on both. Oh, right, fair enough. Anyway, where were we? Harry, right. So he's going to stay there. Oh, yes, and they get drawn back home. Apparently it's 90% women because it's, let's say, season 1 TNG. So he has these dolly birds hanging round him. There's Kristana Loken. Is it Loken or Locken? I don't know. Oh, Justin's here, blimey. Justin's here with a $1.49 super sticker. Let's have a look. What is it of? It's of popcorn. Yeah, I had some popcorn last night. I did. Some sweet and salted popcorn. It were grand. Freshly microwaved. Well, there's Kristana Loken. Before she became a TX. And there's a couple of others that are vying for his attention. Because remember, it's 90% women, this planet. But it turns out it's not true. He's not really one of them. And they've faffed with his DNA. Apparently, they went to some planets and maybe it was something he ate or whatever. But that's how they infected him. So it's all a ruse, and they just need guys. But they need men, and they're just draining them of everything. They're like vampires a bit, and he finds out, does Harry, because he sees this other fella. Let's see if I can go back and see this other fella. I think he's also a recent arrival. Is he going to show it? Is he in this part somewhere? It's just show him. There he is. I think he's just come back. So he goes through this ceremony where he's matched off with another woman, and then next time we see him, he's a desiccated husk, which is what women do to you, basically, isn't it? Just suck you dry. But Harry says, "No, I'm not stopping. I've got to go back to Voyager." And they say, "No, you've got to stay here." But he ties one up, and he just beats her to death. I presume he's just knocked her out. Justin says, "Hello all. Hope those in the storm path are doing well." Yes, I do as well. Is it? I forgot the call. It's not Emma, is it? You got a big storm and a big wintry storm over there. It's not been too bad here today. Not been too bad. Windgrace says pretty bad, but still have power. Cool. Not all women. Just 99% of them. Anyway, so he gets out. He finds this other fella. There we go. He's going to go and try and help him. And there he is. Look, he looks like the off Life Force. One of them victims of the space vampires off Life Force. They've just drained all the life out of him. So he's got to get away, hasn't he? And obviously he does. They get him back. Look, they're going to. He ends up fighting them. Still don't play that music. Still no. But he beams out. They get him back, and they're going to fight for him and all that stuff. But everything's back to normal. Yay! Oh, well, this is a nice bit. because Harry's thinking, it was nice being special for a while, and I actually like this bit where Tom says, you're great the way you are, and actually, you're my role model, and I think you were being genuine here. 'Cause we all think that Harry wants to be more like Tom, because Tom's more open, outgoing and stuff, and Harry's shy and all that. But Tom says, Harry is his role model and he wants to be more like him, and I think he was genuine when he said that, so that's a nice thing. But that episode's not the best, perhaps my least favourite Voyager episode, perhaps, maybe. It's up there. It's not great. Moving on, next. We're getting there now. We're flying through these episodes now, because I'm not going through every... Is he going to come on or what? Oh, there we go. What's next? What was that one? Favourite son? Before and after. Oh, this is the Kes one. Shortly before her death in the future, Kes begins to travel backwards in time. Slightly reminiscent also of All Good Things, isn't it, what happened to Picard, with a portion of events occurring in the Year of Hell. Yes, Year of Hell's mentioned in it. Justin says, we got 10 inch of snow and now some sleet and snow till at least 9 p.m. Crikey. Get the kettle on. Some nice hot drinks. We're under emergency until Tuesday morning. Tell you. Tea. Batten down the hatches, lads. Hope you got plenty of supplies in. Hope you got plenty of nibbles and hot drinks. Anywho, right, Kes. Here we are. Kes wakes up and we see the Doctor's got hair, and there's somebody we've never seen, and a young lad whose name I can't remember. But turns out this is in the future. I think 6 years in the future. And so we Kes as an old woman, because remember, Ocampo only lived 9 years or thereabouts, although some have lived older. But it turns out the Doctor, 6 years in the future, were trying to find a way to extend Kes's life, and they were using a temporal chamber, temporal biometric chamber or something like that. I don't know. But it's made weird things happening. She keeps travelling back in time, or her consciousness keeps travelling back in time, or something. And she can't really remember stuff. She's remembering the things that's happening to her as she's travelling, but she can't remember people and stuff like that. She doesn't remember who he is. See, he's got a present for her. She doesn't know what's going on. And every time she goes back, she can't remember people. Because she's gone back again. There you see, she's got a long hair now. And turns out this is her daughter. I don't know her name. She's married to Harry. She's married to Harry Kim. And Kes got married to Tom Paris in this alternate future. So she's the offspring of Kes and Tom. And Harry is the father of her son, that kid that we saw. Anyway, she keeps travelling back. So we learn about the Year of Hell, where the Voyager's getting attacked by the Krenim and all that stuff. Janeway's dead. Chakotay's the captain. Tuvok's a commander and all that. I know Tom's still a lieutenant, but looks like Harry's been promoted. Look, only in an alternate future. He's got 2 pips. Look now, so he's a lieutenant as well. Anyway, she keeps travelling back, and it's telling them every time, you've got to do this and that to save me, with a biometric chamber or something. There we go. She's giving birth to that kid. She keeps travelling back. Now she goes back to the Year of Hell. If you remember, the Year of Hell, which is in season 4, the 2-parter, was supposed to be the entire season. There was supposed to be a genuine a Year of Hell, but they decided, no, we'll just have a 2-parter where they do that. Anyway, she keeps going back. Coming across the the Krenim who use chronoton-based torpedoes and stuff. She needs the frequency of the torpedo. That's what caused her to start travelling in time or something. So she gets that and goes back. But she keeps on going back in time, even to when we go to when they first came on Voyager, and then to when she was a kid, and then when she was born. There we go. And then when she's a fetus, and all that. There we go. And then she wakes up again, and they fixed her. She's okay, and everything's back to normal. She tells them about the Krenim and all that. We're going to have a year of hell, and they'll say, well, we can't do anything about it, whatever. It was a possible future. Maybe it won't happen. So is his captaincy in Academy proof it's alternate timeline? Probably. Because he stayed an ensign his whole life. For some reason, Harry Kim could never be promoted, ever. Probably. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so... too bad she didn't give anyone the torpedo frequency for the real year of hell. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they changed them. I don't know. Yeah, so there we go. It's okay. I didn't mind that episode. That's a cool one. But yeah, a bit like All Good Things and TNG, but different. And it's nice to see future things get mentioned, which they do in this season a bit, don't they? They mentioned the Borg, mentioned the Krenim. And we even see Krenim ships and stuff. But yeah, it was okay with that one. I didn't mind it. So there we go. Next, which is this one? Real life. We're getting there, aren't we? Yeah, we're nearly there. Real life. This is where the Doctor has his holographic family, and it's all perfect for him. Is that, he wants to experience having a family. So here they are. Here's his hologram, who are perfect in every way, with his wife played by Wendy Sharl, who were in Inner Space and other stuff. I remember him mostly from Inner Space. So here he is, and like I said, the perfect nuclear family. Anyway, so he's enjoying it very much, and he invites B'Elanna and Kes for dinner. So they go for dinner. What's the other plot? Yes, the is the Doctor's the A plot or the B plot? The other story in it is there's these singularities or whatever that keep flaring up, and so they come across a space station that's being destroyed. I can't remember what they call them. I'm just going to check. Subspace anomaly. Is that all it says it is? Anyway, they keep flaring up and causing destruction. But anyway, there we go. So there we go. They go for dinner. There's B'Elanna and Kes. There's Wendy Sharl. And B'Elanna says, "What's going? This is rubbish. Freeze program. Your family's too perfect. No families like this, because they're all very, we love father and all that stuff." So she says, I'll help you with it. So she puts some random stuff in it, so the family ends up being a normal family. If it were my family, bloody hell, I'd just delete the program and start again. Say, look, it's my program. I want them to be perfect. All right. Anyway, there's the subspace anomaly thingamabob. It turns into the Badlands, because later on Tom gets stuck in it. But anyway, so his family's all going to pot because of B'Elanna's help. His son ends up hanging about with Klingons, and his daughter plays, is it Parisi Squares, and gets hurt. The wife has got her own job and all that. But anyway, Tom's gonna go fly into the anomaly. The Doctor's trying to sort his family out, and it's not working. Pardon me. Tom flies into the anomaly, gets stuck. But first, before that happens, the daughter, the holographic daughter, gets injured, and she's going to die. And there's nothing they can do. And now we're actually getting a bit teary-eyed in this bit, 'cause it's all very emotional. There's nothing they can do, even though she's holographic. But so he just deletes the program. He doesn't bother with it. He says, I've learned everything I can from it, because he didn't want to face having his daughter die and all that. And Kez says, well, then you'll never learn and all that. So he goes back in at the end. Anyway, meanwhile, there's more of this stuff going on. Tom gets stuck inside. Hang on, is he back? Or is that later? Hang on, where is it? No, I'm done yet. Hang on, where are we? Come on, Tom. Tom ends up. There we go. Tom ends up inside the anomaly. Is it going to show it? Going to show it. It says it. There we go. It kind of looks like the Badlands, doesn't it? A little bit from Deep Space Nine. So anyway, they're getting back out, and everything's okay. And it's Tom that says, you should go back in and all that. So he does. He goes in, and his daughter dies. It's all very sad, and I was like going, ah! But and then it ends. So yeah. An okay episode, even though nothing really happens in it, apart from this anomaly. But it doesn't advance things very far. It's just a story, and it's fine. It's fine. But I don't think we saw his family. Did we see his family again? I don't know. I don't think so. Anyway, next. Right. Oh, this is Distant Origin. I know this because we're back on Hanon 4. But you know what, kids? I'm just going to have to go to the loo. I'll be back in a minute and a bit probably. So just talk amongst yourselves while I'm gone. Watch Princess on the back of my chair. She's there, look. Just look after me stuff for me, Princess. I'm back, Princess. I'm back. Yeah. Did you get up to anything? Move all of his stuff. Did you move anything? You're gorgeous. Right, where were we? Distant Origin. Right, that's what we're up to now. How many have we got left to go? We're nearly done. This is the one with the Voth. So we're back on Hanon 4. Remember from the very first episode. There we go. We're in a cave. We find. I can't remember who died. Somebody died, didn't they? Hanon 4, and I forgot who. Never mind. Here we see some aliens find a Voyager uniform, a Maquis Voyager uniform, and they find the bones. Is it Mr. Hogan? Yes, I think it is, isn't it, Mr. Hogan? So there we go. Anyway, so it turns out, these are some reptilian aliens, and they talk about distant origin and all that stuff. The scientists, there we go, they've got a human skeleton, and they're doing a close approximation of what they might look like. They're going to show it. Never mind. They don't look quite like us, but not far off. Anyway, apparently they share, several genetic markers showing that they are distantly related to the humans from Voyager, but they don't know that yet. Anyway, so they go to the council, the Voth Council, who are very not very nice. They say they're being heretical. They're accused of heresy against doctrine, suggesting that they're not from that region of space. So they say, you're not allowed to keep teaching this stuff. So he buggers off. He's going to show his what he says they look like. Not going to show it, is it? Oh, there we go. That's what he says they look like. These are humans, according to them. We've only got 3 fingers like they have, and green skin. Obviously, because that's all they've got to go on. Anyway, so he takes his shuttle or whatever and goes to find Voyager, because he finds in the uniform there's a code. There we go. It says we've got to find a ship called Voyager. So off they go. Yes, and they go looking round, and they get more clues from other people. They update their schematics. There we go. They find a Voyager comm badge somehow. So they get more clues. They end up catching up with Voyager, and they've got cloaking technology, so they wander about Voyager having a look at people, but they get detected, and there they go. And one of them, the head professor, I can't remember his name. I'll have to look him up. I've forgotten. Professor Gagan. I was going to say Galen, but I'm thinking, no, that's Picard's professor, isn't it? Gagan. Professor Gagan is the head Voth, and that's his assistant, who is called something else. Veer. So anyway, Gagan kidnaps Chakotay. Says, I can help you, I'm a scientist too. So anyway, they end up getting... meanwhile on the holodeck, we learn that the dinosaurs, the Voth are dinosaurs that somehow left Earth before the cataclysm that made all the other dinosaurs extinct. Doesn't say how, but they say, what would they have looked like if they'd have continued to evolve? They said they were related to hadrosaurs. That's actually a Parasaurolophus, isn't it, by the looks of it? So they say, there we go. They say, what would they have evolved into? I thought, well, it's not really how evolution works, is it, to be completely honest, but, whatever. I think they also make the mistake in this, don't they, of saying that they're cold-blooded, which I don't think they were they? I think the dinosaurs were warm-blooded, weren't they? Because they evolved into birds, didn't they? Well, some of them. The same strand, they're from the same branch that became birds. But anyway. Yes, Chakotay is something of a scientist himself. Anyway, but whatever, the dinosaurs. So Chakotay's going to help him, but then there we go, the Voth city ship arrives. Here it goes, and it beams Voyager into it. So Voyager is captive of the Voth, who have been there for 20 million years, apparently. I don't know what they're doing for the other 45 million years. I don't know how they left Earth. I like to think that they didn't leave Earth under their own steam, that maybe some alien species took some dinosaurs, went back to Earth, 60-odd million years ago, took some of these hadrosaurs maybe and dumped them on a planet somewhere, and that's how they evolved. But I don't know. But anyway, I don't know. But she talks about 20 million years of doctrine and all that. So But you'd think they'd be ruling, if they're that powerful, you'd think they'd be ruling the whole galaxy, wouldn't you, by this time? They'd be there for all these millions of years. Anyway, why have they only evolved so far? Millions of years they've been going. They should be like the Q, shouldn't they? They should have evolved into, it should have ascended after all that time. Anyway, maybe the ones who elevated Chakotay's ancestors, maybe so. Or the Briori, or somebody like that. What you up to? What at you? Eh? What at you? Did you take the dinosaurs? Anyway, so they end up, goes to trial and all that, and he says they're going to destroy Voyager and all. Unless he disavows his research, they'll destroy Voyager and all that. So he says, well, okay, then I may have been mistaken. So I said, okay, go away, never come back. Oh, right, fair enough. So off they go, and we never see him again. And Chakotay gives him a little glass ball of Earth for him to look at. There we go, with a not brilliant representation of Earth's land masses. I mean, Britain is now a blob. Republic of Ireland, the island of Ireland doesn't exist. Maybe it doesn't in the 24th century. Who knows? And Greenland, what's happened to Greenland? I don't know. Where's Iceland? But whatever, never mind. So there we go. But yeah, Distant Origin. A cool episode. I'd really like. It's one of my favourites. Is Distant Origin. I really like it. But I don't know how. That's it. Whoever wrote it didn't really think about how evolution, however you pronounce it, works. Animals just don't evolve from one to another. You don't take the hadrosaurs and then they don't just change over the years. Evolution don't work like that, does it? But anyway, never mind. Right, next. But yes, I really like Distant Origin. One of my favourites. Next up. Which is next? Is it worst case scenario? No, it's Displaced. All right, it's another good. They're all good episodes now to the end. To be completely honest, another one that I really like. Trek never gets evolution right. Threshold or Genesis, exactly. Yes. Yes. We're going to, in like a million years or whatever, we're going to evolve into like salamanders. It's not very good, does it? But anyway. Anywho, right. So in this one, Displaced. The crew of Voyager start disappearing and being replaced by aliens. They're going to show one. Just at random. Hang on, have I picked the wrong one here? Hang on, are these other way? Are these a different way around? Have I pressed it twice? Let's go back again. Right, that's Distant Origin. Am I looking at the wrong one? Distant Origin. Then it should be Displaced, then Worst Case Scenario. I think there might be the other way around. Just bear with me. Bear with me. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, the other way around in my list. Right, okay, well, we'll go with this. But it might be the wrong order. But right, fair enough. But we'll go with the order that I've got on my list. So right, so next. I think. Hang on, where are we going? Next. There we go. Next up is Worst Case Scenario. Although on Wikipedia it says it's Displaced next, but whatever. Worst case. I like this one. Worst Case Scenario. It's a holodeck gone wrong. Has she gone? She's buggered off, hasn't she? Can you get in there? Can you manage? She's trying to get in the kitchen. Oh, she's done it. She's managed. Where were we? Oh, holodeck program that. About a mutiny on Voyager that they all get really not addicted to, but it's all it's very they all find it very interesting. Chakotay is leading the mutiny against Captain Janeway, so it spreads around the ship. Everybody starts having a go of it, and so it's all jolly good fun. And then Tom has a go, and then it just ends. It's showing here, they're all having fun and games, and then Tom gets so far, and then it just ends. He says, "Hang on," and then carry on, program, computer, continue the program. Says, there are no more parameters, so it's like an unfinished program, and it. Hang on, are we done yet? No, we haven't done yet. It turns out it was Tuvok that wrote it. He wrote it not as a horror novel, but as a tactical training scenario. So when the Maquis first came aboard, he thought they might try and take over the ship. So we're going to train some security officers, using this program. But it says, as time went on, the crews meshed together, and he didn't. He thought, the program was unnecessary, so he thought he deleted it, but then B'Elanna found it, and all that. But Wingy says, I miss Chell. Well, he's in Star Trek Voyager Elite Force, isn't he? He's Chell. He's in that, isn't he? The Bolian. Anyway, so we're going to train him in that, but he thought he deleted it, but obviously there was some backup somewhere, and B'Elanna found it. So they're going to finish it, and Tom says, I'll finish it, and have I gone too far? I think I've gone too far, haven't I? Have I? I don't know. Well, we see Seska's back, look. There we go, that's where it ends. That's where it ends. And they have a meeting about it, and Tom says, I'll finish it. And then, Tuvok says, your ideas are rubbish, so I'll help you. So anyway, so they're going. We also learned that nobody can make additions or changes to the program without Tuvok's code. So he activates it so that they can make changes to the program. But as soon as he does that, everything goes haywire on Voyager and all that stuff. And it turns out Seska had found the program. Obviously, before she became, before her face changed, when she was in Bajoran disguise, she'd found the program and made like a subroutine that when when Tuvok put in his codes to make changes to the program, her program took over it and changed it all. So now they're trapped in the holodeck. She's turned off the safety features and all that stuff. So now it's a hunt through the game, and she's going to kill him in real life. But they're helping her from the bridge of the real Voyager. There we go. Trying to help you go to weapons locker, but they can't do much to help them because of what Seska did. But the bamboozle her, and she's going to kill him. Earlier on, we'd seen that Seska had changed a phaser rifle so that when it was fired, it made Captain Janeway kill herself with it. It like backfired on her, and they used that again at the end. The real Janeway, it's Tuvok that does it. Tuvok hands over the phaser rifle to Seska, and she's going to shoot him with it, and it destroys her and ends the program, and everything's back to normal. And they're not going to bother with it anymore. They need to send in Coombs and the other one. I can never remember the names. The other guys. Stand easy, we're here to rescue you. Them. I can never remember the names. So they decide they're not gonna, or they might. It says they might do another one, but that's it. Felger and Coombs worship at the altar of Roddenberry. But yes, it's all laughing. Ah ha ha ha! Freeze. Credits. Yeah, it's a good one. Is that worst case scenario? I do like that one. It is cool. It is cool. Oh, and Chakotay's laughing because he's saying, "Don't make me the bad guy next time." Next. This is Displaced, where the Voyager crew are getting... they come across this fella, just appears, and little do they know, somebody's disappeared. So, it doesn't make a huge amount of sense, I suppose so, but The Voyager crew slowly being replaced by these aliens who feign, ignorance. They don't know what's going on. Tell all these weird stories. But it turns out it's all a ruse, and it's a way that they take over other ships, and they transport the crew rather than just kill them. I mean, they could have just killed them, couldn't they? But they transport them to habitats that are on a space station. There they are. That's where they are there. The crew that's left on Voyager have to fight to take the ship back, which obviously they do, and they trap them in the holodeck, or is it another environment? One or the other, I've forgotten. Only watched it today. There we go. Trap it in an icy thing, They don't like the cold. These aliens, they like it at 45 Celsius. The doctor makes a mistake, actually. He says, I've raised the temperature to 45 degrees Celsius. He don't say that. He said degrees centigrade or degrees Fahrenheit, but he just said 45 Celsius. Same with Kelvin. You don't say degrees Kelvin. You just say, 25 Kelvin or whatever. But anyway, that's by the by. So they like it warm. They can't stand the cold. So they get them in this Arctic kit. What are you up to? Bloody hell, princess. Behave yourself. Bloody mad cat. They had some wampers in here. They could have done with them, couldn't they? Anyway, so they get them in there. They will have trapped them, and there they are. And they say, "Okay, we give up. Get us out of here." And what we'll do, we'll get other people that you've kidnapped and take them to their home worlds, and then we'll let you go. But we'll warn everybody about what you get up to, and that's it. And back in the stupid tropical bar thing, and there goes Tom and Belan. They're getting closer together. There we go. Good episode. I like Displaced. It's a good episode. Anyway, right. So, here we are. The season finale next. Beardy Brits says, love the series. Cool. Where were we? Next up, here we go. We're off Scorpion Part 1. This might be my favourite Voyager episodes, this and the Part 2. But, see a couple of Borg cubes. We are the Borg. And all that. But then they just get destroyed. Hey, oh my God, who's destroyed the Borg? One of the shortest intros, or whatever they're called, teaser, whatever, scenes in Star Trek, isn't it? But, yep. They're entering Borg space. Oh, we have this shenanigans with Leonardo da Vinci, setting up for the episode I think it's in season 4, with the hang glider. Is it something to do with taking flight or something like that? I can't remember what they call it. They're entering Borg space, so got to get ready for it now. And Kez is having visions of. Hang on, he's going to show it. Why did it not show it? There we go. Visions of dead Borg. That's the one, yes. Sorry, concerning flight, that's the one. Wingrace says, a couple of cubes who are up to no good started making trouble in my neighbourhood. Was it you? Oh, it was Wingrace. Because it's a pan-dimensional mega beam. You've been naughty. Anyway, that's in Dead Borg. I don't know why Species 8472 does this, but it just does. But anyway, who wrote this one, by the way? This is Brannon Braga and Joe Manosky. That's dark stuff. He likes his horror stuff. Doesn't it, as Brannon Braga? Anyway, Neelix as well. They have a meeting somewhere. Here we go, this Neelix. He just says, I'm working on a plan to extend our food and replicator rations. And I'll go, cool. What's your plan? I mean, just give everybody less. That's all you can do. But anyway, there you go. He's on top of it. But anyway, they've got to get ready anyway. They're going through Borg space. So they found a region where there's not as many Borg cubes that they call the Northwest Passage. But anyway, But then suddenly Voyager ends up getting passed by 15 Borg cubes, which is possibly my favourite bit of the episode. There we go, Voyager's getting buffeted by the cubes, and one of them stops and has a look. There we go, this one stops and has a look and scans them. And my favourite bit, I love this bit. How much volume on? Don't know. Never mind. When it's ready. Think good thoughts. Anyway. And then it sods off. And then the catch up with them, and they've all been destroyed. Here we go. All the Borg cubes have been destroyed, but there's another ship there that they don't recognise. There's all the destroyed Borg cubes. So, who could have destroyed 15 Borg cubes? And there they go. They find another ship there, which is there it is. One Leola route per day per crew. Yes. Neelix's favourite thing. They see this ship, and so it's got organic components or whatever. It's part, biological. And we learned that Tuvok says, Starfleet has encountered other ships that use, biological ships. The Breen, for instance. Well, them ships that we saw in Deep Space Nine didn't look very organic, did they? But anyway, never mind. So they go over to the Borg ship to check it out. There we go, see loads of Borg not doing much. And they find the ship and all that. But an alien appears. It's on its way, so they've got to get out of there. And it comes bursting through. Hang on, where are we? It comes bursting through. There it is. Nice CG Species 8472, but they don't know it's called that yet. And it gets Harry and slashes him across his chest, and then they beam out just in time. And I'm not entirely sure what it's done. We saw a Borg earlier on that somehow had been infected with the Species 8472 stuff, but I don't really know what it is. But anyway, right, the ship powers up. Here we go. It takes a shot at Voyager. Look at it, just clips it, and Tom does some cool flying here. Any second now. There we go. Cool. Starfleet has encountered other ships that use biological components, such as Voyager. Yes. They get forgotten about, don't they? The gel packs. Do they still have them? Did they get rid of them? Don't know. But anyway, they get away at the skin of their teeth, and so they realise that the Northwest Passage that they're going to go is teeming with Species 8472 ships. Meanwhile, the Doctor has found a way to unborgify people to stop, the Borg taking over. So, or to stop the Species 8472, he's using Borg. That's it. He's using Borg nano probes to cure the disease that is, that Species 8472 gives you, or whatever. So that's what he's done there. So they've got a treatment for Species 8472. What's happening to Harry? Anyway, so she says, fight it, Harry. That's an order. Anywho, so what they're going to do? So she goes to Leonardo. I've got his autograph, by the way, John Rhys Davies, as Leonardo. I drew a picture of him as Leonardo, got him to sign it. It's up there, you can't see it behind them things. So he gives her the idea, he says, let's go and pray. And he says, no, I'm going to make a deal with the devil. So she's going to make a deal with the Borg, and we'll give them the medicine or whatever, the probes, the technology to defeat Species 8472, because the losing is the Borg, and in return they'll give us free passage through their space. Oh, she's at it again. Naughty is that cat. They give free passage through their space, and and until we'll not give them anything until we've made it through. And everyone says, okay, apart from Chakotay, and he doesn't. He says it's a mistake, and then he tells the story of the scorpion that walked across the river, and it went on the fox's back, and the fox says, no, you'll sting me. And it says, well, if I do that, we'll both die. And it went. He said, okay. And the scorpion climbed on the fox's back and went across the river, and the scorpion stung it, and they both died. I said, I couldn't help it. It was my nature, because the Borg are scorpions in this story. And she says, I know, but, we've got to do something. But Chakotay says, look, let's find another way. Anyway, don't tell Arthur. Who's Arturus? I know the name, but I can't place it. You'll have to remind me. So, he says, I don't believe, I think you're making a mistake. And he says, well, I'm the captain. I'm on my own. He says, well, I'll follow your orders. Anyway, so they contact a cube, or they head to Borg planet, and they contact a cube, and they get in a tractor beam, and the beam Janeway over, and she tells them what her plan is, but before they can come to an agreement, the planet's the Borg cubes are under attack from species 8472, and they blow the planet up. Here we go, some cool visuals. Here we go, they all join together. Here we go. This very reminiscent of that's the fella. Yes, Hope and Fear. Yes, that's. I knew the name. He's at the end of season 4, isn't he? Anyway, with the Dauntless, I think, isn't it? Where were we? Reminiscent of what do they call it now? I forgot the name of the ship from Crusade. The Babylon 5 spin-off. The Excalibur. Reminds me of the Excalibur. Press the wrong button. Press the wrong thing. Then go. They blow this planet up. This Borg planet, and they're sent wheeling off into space. Look, and these other cubes get destroyed. Look, but luckily the one that's got Voyager tractor beamed doesn't, and they're wheeling off into space. To be continued. Look, in season 4, what's going to happen? Oh no! So there we go. We'll have to wait now till I've watched season 4. Season 4 is my favourite season is season 4. So we get the continuation of this. We get Year of Hell, and we get, I forgot to call it now, the Herogen holodeck episodes 2-part. I forgot to call that one, but so there we go. So that's season 3 of Star Trek Voyager. A decent season. Apart from favourite son. But give over. Hang on. There we go. But season 4's coming, which is much better in my opinion. It's probably my favourite season of Voyager. Is season 4. Because we get introduced to 7 of 9. She joins the crew. Kez buggers off. They get 7 of 9. And Kez, sorry, Jennifer, you're not sexy enough. Jerry Ryan, bring her in. And Jennifer Lien went off the rails, didn't she? Kept getting arrested, poor lass. But anyway. So there we go. We'll leave it there. We're all done and dusted. For another season of Star Trek. We're about halfway through now, aren't we? Well, another 4 seasons of Voyager to get through. And then with Enterprise. Crikey, anyway. Right, so we'll leave it there. We will leave it there. Just make sure there's no chats on the other stuff. But no, there ain't. Right, so what's coming up next? I don't know, I can't remember. What day are we on? Tomorrow, for Magnificent Mondays tomorrow, we're doing breaking down and reviewing Shoot to Kill, aka Deadly Pursuit, with Sidney Poitier, Tom Berenger, Kirstie Alley. Cool film. That's tomorrow. And Friday, we're doing Hollow Man for Friday Night Appointment with Fear. We're reviewing Hollow Man, so that should be fun. Wingrid says, supposedly it came out recently that she was already losing it by this point and she couldn't remember her lines, etc. She also declined their help. Yes, it's very sad. It's very sad. And you've got the world in your hands, essentially, haven't you? And then, it slips away for whatever reason. It's very sad. Anyway, so we'll leave it there. I just hope she gets sorted out. I don't know. I don't know if she has done, but anyway. Right, so thanks Wingrace and Justin and somebody else popped in, didn't they? Where are they? Brit Beard or something. There we go. Beardy Brits. Thanks for keeping me company while I waffle on about Star Trek Voyager Season 3. We've got Season 4 coming up. Whenever. When I get round to it. Right, so we'll leave it there. Hang on, let me get sorted. Right, so thanks for watching. Wherever you are, look after each other. Live long and prosper. And until next time, I'll say the...